Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Shutdoor, or Doorshutter, coming back to you with episode 10 of the Shutdoor's 1.16.5 mod pack. And today, well, I kind of just messed around a little bit, and I created an output drawer for the blaze rods. So basically what is happening here is after these are full, it will try to push a blaze rod to any of these locations before going down a set of pipes that I've set underground and into here. And it's with all of these. So if this one's full, if all of these are full, it's going to go down, go through, and go into here. Same thing with these. With these four are full, go down, go over here. It's all into one drawer, hence why I have so many upgrades in here. But what my goal is to actually be able to set ones in front of this to basically have like a system where I don't have to look inside of these chests. These chests could basically be hidden and I would never need to see them. All I need to see is this. And if the system doesn't fully work, of course I can reset this and just remove this piping system. But so far it looks like it's working. Just because the prioritization of these pipes mod allows for it to work. So that's pretty cool. I've also kind of, well, added the second one, which I said I was going to do. And I've kind of added a lot of this stuff up here, just furrinators and pipe or cables and stuff. But I actually want to replace these. I did make basic cables, which basic cables are two starter cables, a basic capacitor, and some dielectric rods. So nothing too crazy. But they do allow for better power transfer, and they don't connect to starter pipes. So it's a pretty cool thing to have. That way we don't have to worry about power too much, because that was a thing where power just was not going into the machines quick enough. So it was just like burning out basically, so it wouldn't process the item. So hopefully we can kind of negate that with a little bit better power cables and things like that. So let's get these starter cables removed. I also had to jumpstart these a little bit, so you know there's some coal in here now. Having this many furrinators on this was kind of a little bit excessive, so I did expect some issues, but that's fine. Alright, let's get these last few basics down. And we can also disable this one, because we don't really need the end cap going. But that's them replaced. Okay. And these are still starters, which are fine for now. 100k RFE. It's not too bad. But this is running. This is going. The EMC stuff is completely done for now. We can kind of let this run. We also kind of want to address a few more things. So I want to kind of progress in ProjectE a little bit. And the way we need to go about this first... Ignore that. That's basically under that building, by the way. We need to kind of make more power flowers, just so we can actually get more materials. So, my first thought is to get a machine, one of these going for antimatter relays and also these energy collectors, right? So let's go take this out. Let's go antimatter relays, and then we can place this back here. We also want to do these, which I think we have enough energy condensers for now. So let's replace that, and then we can place this one back. And with these, we could probably throw in some of these, right? Let's go for 21. That sounds good. And then over here, let's throw in some of these. Hence, this is why I have them, you know? Like, I don't want to be able to just throw in a whole bunch of blaze rods, because it kind of gets annoying to throw that many blaze rods into these things. But that's fine. So let's make some power flowers. So first off, let's excavate the floor. Right? So we probably want to do a little taparoonie here. And we will probably fill in this a little bit in the future, just because it is kind of in the way of actually running cables and things. Let's take out these stairs for now here as well. But alright, let's make some power flowers. So how we go about this is simple, right? Let's grab these. Alright, so we can start it off by just branching off of this one, basically. It's not like these two can actually interact or anything, so we're fine there. And then energy condenser, Mark 1, collector, and then collector, condenser, or relay, my bad. Relay. Nope, let me get up here. And then we do, let me grab some cobblestone here. Relay. And then collector. I keep moving my cobblestone in my inventory. Collector, relay, collector, and then collector. Okay. And then we also need glowstone, which we're kind of running low on. So let's actually confiscate this one for a second, and let's just grab some glowstone. We'll let that go for a minute here. And then we can grab our glowstone here. We don't really need anything else besides another collector on top, because I kind of missed that. But we can place glowstone, 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 glowstone. And there you go. There's a power flower. I kind of wanted to build one of those on camera. Don't think I'm like, building stuff off camera and never going to show you guys, because, I kind of want to show things. But this is a successful power flower, as they were called in the day. So we can actually start with one item, right? This is going to be a weird thing, but we need actually a ton of coal. So the thing is, and I think I've explained this before, what we need is dark matter, right? Dark matter is the first step in actually getting a progression in ProjectE to get different materials and different armor sets and things like that. But we need Eternalist Fuel. Eternalist Fuel is for Mobius Fuel and a Philosopher Stone, or a collector thing like this. So we get Mobius Fuel, then we get alchemical fuel, and coal. So coal is the very, very basic. So we need to kind of start with alchemical coal, right? So let's stop this. Let's get a Philosopher Stone, right? So Philosopher Stone, which I do not have yet. So let's go upstairs. Let's get the stuff for this. I actually believe I have basically everything for this. But let me clean up my inventory real quick, and I'll be right back. Alright, so we've cleaned up my inventory just a tad bit here. Let's get rid of that glowstone. We actually need this version of glowstone. Alright. I believe we need a diamond, right? Okay. So, go here. Let's make a Philosopher's Stone. So, if you don't know what a Philosopher's Stone is, it is actually one of the more interesting items in the game, just because it can do quite a few things. It can transmute items from one thing to another. For example, it can change like oak into birch and so on and so forth. There's other variations. You can change like glass or sand into glass and things like that. Another thing is that you can actually, let me see, hold on. You can do this, but I think C is messed up. So let's go, just type in C here. Crafting grid, save hotbar. It's a whole bunch of things. So let's go with like B. Let's go with that then. So what you should be able to do with this is actually open the crafting grid, but for some reason I cannot. Let's see. So let's go category, let's go ProjectE. Okay, so extra function. Let's just set this to apostrophe. So yeah, you can actually have a crafting table. It's a really cool feature. And then you can also, back in controls here, we type in ProjectE. You can charge this, which we can just set this to something that isn't being used. So semicolon. You can hear that ring. It's actually this thing charging. Which that means is you can actually increase the range of what this does. So if I wanted to change more than one oak log, I can do that now. I can change multiple at once. Of course, there is also, shooting a projectile, which I believe actually does work. And you can see here that this would actually change into smooth stone. Seeing on the top left of my screen, you see a smooth stone indicator. So let's actually go to sleep. Actually, no, I can do this right here. So you can see that this would actually change into birch. This would change into stone. And so it's pretty cool. I'm not going to show everything. There's quite a few things. But the thing we need it for is actually for transmutating this into this. So we actually need, let's see how much we can get. So 4 of these, I think we need that much to make 4 Mobius fuel. 4 Mobius fuel then transmutes into Alternatist fuel, or whatever it's called. Anyway, then we can go down here, and in this one, let's throw this in here, because this is what we actually need. So Eternalist Fuel is one of those things that is very useful just for dark matter, but then you also need it for red matter, orange matter, which is from oxalium, and so on and so forth, right? You have tons and tons of different matter, and well, things like blue matter, for example, create energy collectors Mark 7, which is just absolutely absurd, and of course it is expensive because you not only require blue matter, you require energy condenser Mark 6, Mark 5, Mark 4, Mark 3, Mark 2, Mark 1, and yeah, so you start getting up there pretty quickly, right? And this is just me saying, we have a ways to go for actually getting a lot of this stuff. But for now, what we're going to do is we are going to shoot for dark matter, right? And you might be wondering, oh, how are we going to do that? Well, these block of diamonds are going to help, or block of emeralds are going to help us, because at the end of the day, I made them for EMC, and I have over a stack of them. So we're going to use a little bit of this stuff here to try and get our first piece of dark matter this episode. And actually, we have access to creating a block of diamonds here, and grabbing a stack of this here. And then now let's go for our first piece of dark matter. And we're not going to just like switch these out. We're actually going to switch this one out. We're going to take a few of these glowstone things. We're going to switch that out. And the biggest reason I want to do that is because we need Eternalist Fuel. As I said, we do need red matter sooner or later. So we're going to keep this going. We're going to keep this going. All right. So let's go get some blaze rods, right? Actually, I think we might take a few more emeralds. We'll just take 16 of these, and we'll see what we can do with them. That is 2 million EMC, and these are 139. So it's about 1 for 1, almost, right? It's a little bit more, so we might get a few extras out of here. All right. Okay. And if we pop in that, we should get an extra. So what can we do with dark matter right now? Well, what we can do is we can actually start upgrading these things, right? So if we go U, press U on this, this requires obsidian and a dark matter. This one requires glowstone and dark matter. So let's go look at this. So let's go over here. Let's get some of this. All right, let's get some actual glowstone here. And let's change this. This is just going to be a test, So we got a Mark II collector here. And then if we want to, I believe my obsidian is in here. So let me actually get that and I'll be right back. Alrighty. So I believe we have enough obsidian here, if I can place it correctly, to get an antimatter relay, right? So with the antimatter relay and the energy condenser, it won't be as effective without having all of them, right? We won't have that effect yet. But I do want to have the ability to make these. So that is screaming to me, we need one more power flower for the moment, right? So let's see if we can actually make that happen. We have 8 of these, so I don't think we have quite enough. But we might be able to convert some of these antimatter relays into some collectors. They're about equivalent, I believe. 74 to 82, so not quite, but we can probably spare some blaze rods or something to get that going. All right. So let's go with same thing, same tactic. Let's move those. Just branch across until we hit the energy condenser, and then okay. This one, this one, this one, this one. And let's grab an extra block. I think I threw it into the drawer, so let's just grab a stack out of here. All right. Just so we can have them facing all the same direction, because you might as well. All right, so yeah, we are out of those. So let me snag one of these. I do have the Mark II in here, but we're just gonna pull it out for a second. And we are gonna go with, let's just go for 4 for right now. And we'll throw this quickly back in here so we can start making those. And this is gonna kind of be like an AFK thing. While I can make them, you know, and all of that jazz, I don't really want to make a whole bunch of these by hand because it does get boring and it does get quite annoying. But we're just gonna place all of these, and I'm 1 short. Dang it, man! I wish I could just like do math, but no, that's a little too easy, right? All right, there we go. Should be good. I really need to patch up some of these holes in the floor, but that was from the EMC machine, and I'll do that in a bit. Whole bunch of glowstone here. A little bit more glowstone. Completely missed that click. And there we go. 1 more power flower for the ages here. Alright, let's also clear out this floor a little bit. There we go. Alright, so then what we can do is antimatter relay, and we can actually then place this back. So facing this direction and facing this direction. And that should actually be a little bit more efficient. And also, you can definitely see the EMC value. This is 232 and this is 82. This also has a lot more upgrades available. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, we are going just a little bit quicker since we don't have all of them switched. But for now, that will work. Oop, did not mean to do that one. Actually, I can just do U. Okay, we have the floor somewhat repaired. That's good. We also need to move all of this stuff over to the other building. But for now, we're gonna just wait on that. All right, so we have Mark II stuff. We have our first bit of dark matter. What else can we do with dark matter, right? So dark matter is basically the backbone of this mod in a sense, because this is where you start getting into interesting things. For example, dark matter axe. Now, it's just better tools in general. You have a whole bunch of different rings and things like that. I don't fully remember what all of them do, but they do have, you know, some very, very useful things. The gem of eternal density, condensing items on the go. Press G to change target, right click to set up. Blacklist, whitelist. So this one's basically converting things from one thing to another. Let's see here. Better armor, watch of flowing time, speeds things up. The red matter hammer, even that's a cool tool. The hammer itself is pretty cool. The volcanic amulet, press R to fire a lava projectile. Acts as an infinitely full lava bucket. Right click to fill tanks. All operations cost 32 EMC. Prevents rain/snowstorms. Attempts to stop weather every 1 second. So that's pretty cool. Ignition ring. Some pretty cool stuff in here, though. No, this one's pretty cool. Accelerates growth of nearby crops, harvests nearby grown crops, activates every 0.5 seconds. That'd be something I'd really want to look into because that sounds pretty dang cool. But I think it might be time to look at something else. Maybe. Actually, no, because I think I made this way more expensive, didn't I? You know what? Let's bite the bullet. Let's bite the bullet here. Shall we? If I can type. That is, of course. I can't spell angel ring. I can spell angle, but not angel. So, if we wanted to do this, we would need netherite ingots. So in an induction smelter, it would be pretty efficient. Or inside of molten netherite, which is 2 gold nuggets and 4 molten debris. But the problem is you need blazing blood. Okay. So with blazing blood, I think the only way you can get it is blaze heads. Let's see here. So it doesn't look like we've got a cheap alternative for netherite, which I mean's fair. I don't really mind. We could always look into the induction smelter because that sounds like a pretty decent deal. 4 for 4. Well, I mean, that does only make 1 netherite ingot, though. So I guess we're kind of in the same boat. But then again, something I didn't think about until now, this is EMC-able. As I am saying, EMC is going to be the basic backbone of the series. Well, I'm not going to cheap out with everything. There's certain reasons why I kind of want to mess around with EMC, right? So we have 4 ancient debris in here. What do we do with these, right? We can throw them into a blast furnace. But they are not EMC-able themselves. But netherite scraps are. So let's get down and dirty here for a second. I know I have stuff running in these. For a second, we're gonna stop the Eternalist Fuel. We're gonna throw in an ancient debris, not throw them, like literally throw them. I mean, like put them inside of this, please, because I don't really want to lose these things. Oh, hold on, I'm being a derp. Let's grab this for a second. This should last a little bit. Okay, we have for first netherite scrap, and we're gonna cheat the system, basically. We're just going to take a bit of this Eternalist Fuel and throw it in here. And magic. I have 21 of these things. Cool. Okay, so we can grab our Philosopher Stone here real quick. And we can then do a ratio of 4 to 4. Alright. And then we can then actually change this out. And let's just accidentally drop that in there. I'm not being overpowered per se, but this is pretty broken, right? But I am kind of just having some fun. You know, this series is more about having some fun and not being too serious. You know, I like having some fun every once in a while. Direwolf 20's mod pack was a lot more serious than this one, that's for sure. But that's fine. I'm okay with it. I really EMC is something that I know Direwolf 20 really doesn't like messing around with. He's like somebody that wants something more fair. At least that's something he says in his videos. He kind of wants something that's more like think this through rather than throw this in a chest and get it out. Get 50 of them out for some reason. Kind of thing, which is pretty cool. I'm 100% with that. But sometimes I like to sit back. I like to just chill. I don't like always just thinking about how to go with the next one and things like that. So, all right, so let's see here. So we need to get a bucket of lava. So let me retrieve that and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so we have the ability to get the iron band. Now we need a diamond ring, which is another block. I did make this expensive. I do remember that. This is a recipe I made, so I have to blame myself for this, by the way. But then we can actually get down to making the actual angel ring, which is actually 4 blocks of gold. And 2 blaze rods, 2 feathers. I'd laugh if I do not have feathers, actually. I don't think I do, but we'll see. Feathers. I do have 4 feathers. I'm actually kind of surprised. I don't really ever think I collected feathers, in all honesty. But I have them, so I'm not going to complain. Alright. So we have the angel ring, which basically means that we can now fly. So yeah, we have the ability of flight thanks to ProjectE. The funny thing is actually we'll have the access to flight later from ProjectE once we get the gem armor, which is, you know, something I hope to do in the future. But for now, we are going to go upstairs and probably sleep real quick and fly around the overworld just for a second here. All right, let's go outside here and let's fly around. We have the power, basically, to fly like in creative. This is something that is going to be definitely super helpful, especially because we're kind of early in the game still. We aren't really that far in. We can actually now just kind of like fly around these slime islands and you know, investigate a little bit and things like that. So who knows? I might knock this thing down real quick. But yeah, so I will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for stopping by each and every episode. I am honestly so happy to just have the ability to make videos for people, and you know, I hope everybody's enjoying them. I hope, you know, I'm not too stale yet, you know, things like that. But yeah, sorry for being gone. I know I said that last episode, but still, it sucks. Thank you guys. Stay awesome, and I'll see you in the next one.